This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Acuity Risk Management Group has announced the acquisition of the Rizikon software product from Crossword Cybersecurity plc for £15,000. The deal includes the software, intellectual property and customer lists. Well, joining us today is Chairman of Acuity Risk Management, Angus Forrest. Thank you, Angus, for joining us today. How are you doing?
Thank you, Mark. We're doing well, and we can continue to do well and get better. And this acquisition is a step in the way that we're going to drive Acuity's growth.
Okay.
We came to the market for really three reasons. One, sales credibility. All our customers are much, much bigger than us, and they understand a PLC and a stock market quote is more similar to them than a private company. All our competitors, many of them are much bigger than us. So credibility is important when we're dealing with bigger orders, and that's what we've been trying to do, and that's what we've been achieving. Second point is that we need to attract the best people, and good people tend to be attracted to stock market companies because it gives them a higher profile and they can probably earn more than in a private company. And third reason is the use of paper as a currency to acquire things. And the acquisition of Rizikon, we didn't need any paper, but if we had needed paper, we could have used it. We've been on the market now for 18 months. In that time, we've reviewed the performance and the opportunities. We've put in a plan, and we're executing that plan. It might have taken slightly longer than ideal, but that's generally the efforts that we've done, which brings us to the Rizikon acquisition.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yes. So you've explained on why you sort of came to market there. Those three reasons, and of course, making acquisitions, as you say, like this you've announced recently, is of course key to driving success at Acuity. Now, I noticed from the RNS that you said that this should bring significant additional revenues as well as new customers and partners. It also offers opportunities for upsell to current and customers of Rizikon as the company seeks to accelerate its growth of Acuity. So how do you plan to sort of market and indeed sell the Rizikon, the new acquisition here?
Well, number one, we've been very good at upsell from existing customers, and that is probably our core strength in selling. We found it difficult sometimes to win large new customers, but the Rizikon acquisition gives us roughly 30 new customers, of which probably half are ideal customers for us. So that will produce revenue, but it also, alongside Rizikon, there are two people who are selling Rizikon, and we think that we can work with those partners to really drive Rizikon size, the number of customers, and the value significantly. We already do what Rizikon did, but we think we're a more comprehensive tool, and so we think that customers will warm to our product, which will incorporate Rizikon as we go over the next 6 months or so that we will have one product. It'll be stronger. We'll have more customers. We'll have more revenues, and that should impact on our financial performance as well. But the other things that it brings is not necessarily development of the Acuity business, but it shows that we've got ambition, shows we're in the market to acquire businesses. We've looked at probably 5 or 6 businesses over the past year. We decided against all of them up to now because we couldn't agree terms. The price was too high. They weren't quite right for us and for other reasons. And it's important when you do make an acquisition to try and buy something which is going to immediately produce some benefits for the company when you've got a small company like Acuity.
Okay.
And that's where we have been looking. And for the amount we paid, £15,000, we should get real return anytime after the first 6 months or so.
Okay, and when you talk about real return now, we're talking here, this is an addition, it adds value to the current Acuity offer because, of course, you said that I think that Rizikon generated $250,000 in revenues, but you sort of took it up, you got it for 15,000. Was it a sort of distressed asset here?
Unfortunately for Crossword, they were not financially successful and they've gone into administration. So all their business units have been sold, I believe, or at least Rizikon has, as has their consulting business. Not to us. The consulting business went to somebody else, another AIM company, I believe.
Okay.
But if you can find people with distressed, you can find distressed businesses, often they can be interesting as an acquisition, and particularly for us, where we have got a software product, and if we can incorporate somebody else's software, we don't increase our costs significantly, it should all fall to the bottom line. Okay. Or almost all fall to the bottom line because we make 90% margins.
Okay. Good. Well, thank you, Angus Forrest. Generally, how are things going with Acuity and, of course, the sales pipeline? What are things looking like as we sort of head into the year end?
Well, I'm reasonably confident we'll be able to announce some new business wins, but then I probably always think like that, and I would say that if we don't announce any business wins, it'll be very disappointing. And I think that where we've been planning and been executing is to drive the new business, and so I'm as confident as I can be that we will win some more business, and just keep your eyes out for announcements.
We will do. Well, thank you very much for your time, Angus Forrest, the Chairman of Acuity Risk Management.
Thank you, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.